Have you ever wondered how much time you realistically have left once you cross 70? The truth is, every year becomes more meaningful, and while no one can predict the exact day or hour, your body is already dropping hints about how long you might stick around. Some people in their 70s are out walking 5 miles, playing with their grandkids, gardening, and dancing, while others find themselves winded walking up a single flight of stairs, forgetting appointments, or struggling to get out of a chair. What's the difference? In many cases, it comes down to a few key physical and behavioral signs that might seem small, but can tell a big story about your health and longevity. This isn't about fear, it's about awareness. Because when you know what to look for, you have power. In this video, we're going to explore 7 signs that can offer surprising insights into how long you may live past 70. These aren't myths, old wives' tales, or internet rumors. These are based on real observations from doctors, gerontologists, and longevity researchers who study the habits and health patterns of people who live well into their 80s, 90s, and beyond. By the time you reach the end of this video, you'll not only recognize these signs in your own body and daily habits, you'll also understand what steps you can take to improve each one. Because here's the thing, longevity isn't only about genes. It's about choices, routines, and paying attention to what your body's telling you. Make sure you stick around to the end because even one of these signs, if ignored, could change the course of your later years. Now let's dive into these powerful clues. Sign 1, your walking speed. Let's start with something simple. It's not a blood test. It's not a brain scan. It's your walking speed. That's right. How fast you walk is one of the clearest, most reliable indicators of how well your body's functioning and how long you're likely to live. Studies have shown that seniors who maintain a brisk walking pace have a much higher chance of living longer than those who begin to slow down. And it's not just about mobility, it's a reflection of heart strength, muscle power, coordination, and even cognitive sharpness. Imagine 2 men, Tom and Jerry, both 73. Tom walks at a steady, confident pace, arms swinging naturally, posture upright. He crosses the street without rushing, navigates curbs easily, and never thinks twice about taking the stairs. Jerry, though, walks much more slowly. He shuffles, loses balance on uneven sidewalks, and takes breaks when walking from the living room to the kitchen. Now, what's happening here? Tom's walking speed shows that his muscles are still strong, his heart is pumping efficiently, and his nervous system is working like a well-oiled machine. Jerry, on the other hand, might be experiencing muscle atrophy, declining cardiovascular health, or even early-stage neurological changes. Slow walking doesn't just make you late, it could be your body's early warning system telling you that your resilience is fading. The legs are powerful indicators because they support your entire body. When they weaken, everything else starts to decline with them. But the good news, you can build walking speed back up. Start walking more often, even just 10 minutes a day. Use ankle weights, walk uphill, or simply stand more during the day. Take stairs when possible. Think of walking as medicine. The faster and steadier you move, the stronger the signal that your whole system is still working in sync. So ask yourself, how's your pace? Because that simple rhythm of your feet might just be one of the most important signs of how many good years you have left. Sign 2, your grip strength. Let's move to something you probably never thought about, your grip. That's right. The strength in your hands can tell a surprising amount about the health of the rest of your body. Researchers across the world have consistently found that older adults with strong grip strength tend to live longer, experience fewer chronic diseases, and recover faster from illness or injury. Why? Because grip strength reflects total body muscle quality, nerve health, circulation, and even inflammation levels. Now let's meet 2 gentlemen, Arthur and Sam, both 77. Arthur still opens jars without help, carries groceries in from the car with 1 trip, and his handshake is as firm as ever. Sam, meanwhile, avoids carrying much weight. His hands tire easily, his handshake is weak, and he finds it harder to hold onto objects for long periods. Sam's grip loss isn't just about weaker fingers. It points to overall muscle decline, a slowing metabolism, and even an increased risk of disability. In fact, one study published in the British Medical Journal found that people over 70 with weak grip strength were more likely to die earlier than those with strong grips, even when accounting for other factors. Why does this matter? Because your grip is used in nearly every daily activity: holding a toothbrush, a fork, a railing, or a loved one's hand. If that basic function is failing, your body is likely losing its structural integrity. But you're not helpless here. You can train your grip using very basic tools: a stress ball, hand grippers, resistance bands. You can also carry bags by hand instead of using a cart, or even hang from a pull-up bar for a few seconds a day. Your hands are not just tools, they're indicators. So if you've noticed your grip slipping, take that seriously. Strengthening those small muscles could have a big impact on how long you stay strong and independent. If you're still with me and learning something useful, go ahead and comment number 2 down below. That tells me you're engaged and paying attention to your health. And if you haven't already, hit that subscribe button and tap the bell icon so you never miss a video that could help you or someone you love. We've got more powerful insights coming, so let's move on. Sign 3, your ability to balance. This next sign is one you can test in less than 10 seconds, but it's incredibly powerful. It's your ability to balance on one leg. That's right. Your balance might be one of the best silent predictors of how long and how well you'll live. A study out of Brazil followed people aged 51 to 75 and found that those who couldn't balance on one leg for 10 seconds had almost twice the risk of dying within the next 10 years. That's huge. So what's the connection? Good balance requires strong leg muscles, good posture, solid core control, and fast reflexes from your brain and nervous system. Let's look at 2 women, Linda and June, both 74. Linda takes yoga twice a week, regularly practices balance drills, and easily stands on one foot while brushing her teeth. June, meanwhile, hasn't focused on balance at all. When she tries to stand on one leg, she starts to wobble almost instantly and needs to grab the counter for support. That loss of control might seem small, but it could mean her muscles are losing coordination and her brain isn't communicating efficiently with her body. And if that continues, it opens the door to falls, injuries, and a long road of recovery. But balance can absolutely be trained. Try standing on one foot while doing dishes or brushing your teeth. Practice walking heel to toe down a hallway. Do basic Tai Chi or slow side-to-side steps while watching TV. Even 5 minutes a day can retrain your brain and body to work in harmony again. Test yourself now. Stand up, lift one foot, and count to 10. Could you do it? If not, now you know what to work on, and trust me, your future self will thank you. Sign 4, your sleep quality. Let's talk about something most people underestimate: your sleep. As you age, your body's need for quality rest doesn't disappear. In fact, getting consistent, restorative sleep after 70 is one of the most powerful signs that your body is still in balance and functioning well. Sure, it's common for older adults to sleep lighter, wake more often, or rise earlier. But when poor sleep becomes the norm, night after night, that's a red flag. Let me introduce you to 2 individuals, Frank and Robert, both 75. Frank falls asleep within 30 minutes, sleeps through the night, and wakes up feeling rested. He avoids caffeine late in the day, keeps his bedroom cool and dark, and sticks to a bedtime routine. Robert, on the other hand, tosses and turns every night. He gets up multiple times, checks the clock, and starts his day exhausted. He relies on naps to get through the afternoon and often finds himself forgetting things or feeling irritable. What Robert doesn't realize is that poor sleep isn't just frustrating, it's a warning sign. Chronic sleep disruption weakens the immune system, raises the risk of heart disease, contributes to weight gain, and is strongly linked to cognitive decline, including dementia and Alzheimer's. It also increases inflammation throughout the body, making existing health conditions worse. If you're not sleeping well, your brain isn't clearing out toxins the way it should, your body isn't repairing tissue, and your mood regulation goes haywire. So what can you do? First, set a regular bedtime and wake-up time, even on weekends. Avoid screens an hour before bed. Get outside for natural light in the morning, which helps regulate your circadian rhythm. Keep your bedroom cool and dark, and avoid heavy meals or alcohol too close to bedtime. Don't ignore sleep issues, and don't assume it's just part of getting older, because how you sleep now determines how alert, healthy, and independent you'll be in the years to come. Ask yourself this: are you waking up feeling recharged, or are you dragging through the day like a car running on empty? Pay attention to your sleep, because it may be telling you something your body hasn't said out loud yet. Let's move on. Sign 5, your appetite. Now let's turn to something you do every day. Eat. But we're not just talking about enjoying food. We're talking about appetite, nutrition, and whether your body is truly being nourished the way it needs to be. Meet Margaret and Susan, both in their late 70s. Margaret looks forward to her meals. She prepares simple dishes using fresh produce, whole grains, lean proteins, and healthy fats. She eats with purpose, stays hydrated, and maintains a steady weight. Her energy stays high, and she rarely skips a meal. Susan, on the other hand, finds that she just isn't as hungry anymore. She might grab a snack, skip breakfast, or eat processed frozen meals. Over the last year, she's dropped several pounds without trying and chalks it up to just not having much of an appetite these days. But here's the danger. Losing your appetite after 70 isn't just about taste or mood. It could be a signal that your body is struggling to absorb nutrients, digest food properly, or even manage hormonal and neurological processes. A shrinking appetite is often linked to problems like depression, digestive disorders, side effects from medications, or the early stages of memory loss. If you're not eating enough, your body begins breaking down muscle tissue for energy, which leads to weakness, frailty, and makes you far more likely to fall, get sick, or lose independence. Your metabolism slows, your immune system weakens, and your energy disappears. So what should you watch for? Feeling full quickly, losing interest in foods you used to enjoy, or unexplained weight loss are big red flags. And what can you do about it? Focus on nutrient-dense meals. Even small portions should pack a punch. Add in more protein like eggs, beans, Greek yogurt, or soft-cooked chicken. Include healthy fats from nuts, seeds, or avocados. Drink water throughout the day and try to eat with others to boost social engagement and appetite. Don't ignore a sudden loss of interest in food. It could be your body's way of asking for help. Ask yourself right now, are you eating enough to fuel your body? Are you getting the protein, fiber, and vitamins you need to stay strong? Because how you eat today plays a huge role in how well you'll move, think, and function tomorrow. Now let's talk about something that affects every single part of your body and mind, your ability to handle stress. This is a major one, so stay with me. After 70, the way you respond to stress can either protect your health or quietly destroy it over time. See, stress isn't just about feeling tense. Chronic stress affects your hormones, weakens your immune system, raises blood pressure, interferes with sleep, and even shrinks the brain over time. Yes, literally. Think about John and Richard. Two men, both 76 years old, facing the same kinds of challenges: unexpected expenses, health scares, family drama, the loss of friends. But the way they handle these issues couldn't be more different. John takes a breath before reacting, talks things out with people he trusts, and doesn't let small things spiral out of control. He practices deep breathing, stays connected with others, and accepts what he can't change. Richard, however, carries every worry like a backpack full of bricks. He ruminates over things from years ago, gets frustrated at the tiniest disruptions, and feels like life is constantly working against him. Over time, that kind of stress becomes toxic. It raises his cortisol levels, keeps his body in a constant state of fight or flight, and slowly erodes his health. His blood pressure rises, his inflammation goes up, his memory worsens, and he becomes more prone to anxiety, depression, and disease. What most people don't realize is that managing stress after 70 isn't just about being more comfortable. It's directly tied to how long and how well you live. The science is clear. Long-term stress is a major contributor to nearly every age-related illness from Alzheimer's to cardiovascular disease. So if you're constantly feeling anxious, snappy, overwhelmed, or mentally drained, don't brush it off. It's not just a bad mood. It's a signal from your body and mind that you need to shift something. So what can help? Try this. Start your day with deep breathing, even just 5 minutes. Practice gratitude, write things down, move your body daily, even if it's just a walk. Engage with people who uplift you and limit time with those who bring negativity. And don't be afraid to laugh. Yes, even that helps. Ask yourself this. When problems show up, do you respond with patience and problem solving, or do you stew in frustration? Your answer could be the difference between thriving and slowly wearing down. Because managing stress isn't a luxury, it's a necessity. It helps protect your brain, your heart, your immune system, and your overall vitality. And if you're still watching this video and finding these insights valuable, please comment the number 6 below to let me know you're still with me. It really helps, and I appreciate your support more than you know. And if you haven't subscribed yet, now's the time. Hit that subscribe button and turn on the bell so you won't miss the rest of these important videos. Now let's move forward. Sign 7, your social connections. Let's talk about something that many people overlook after 70, but it's more important than most realize: your relationships. Yes, the strength of your social connections is one of the clearest predictors of how long and how well you'll live in your later years. Studies have shown again and again, people who stay socially connected live longer, have better physical health, stronger memory, and lower rates of depression. Human connection isn't optional, it's essential. Now think about 2 women, Eleanor and Barbara, both 78 years old. Eleanor still calls her childhood friends regularly. She's part of a local book club, volunteers at the community center, and has dinner with her grandkids every Sunday. She laughs, shares stories, and always has someone to turn to when life gets hard. Barbara, on the other hand, has slowly lost touch with the people she used to be close to. She doesn't pick up the phone as much, and weeks go by without a meaningful conversation. She watches TV for company, tells herself she's fine being alone, but deep down she feels a quiet ache, a kind of invisible emptiness that grows over time. What she doesn't realize is that isolation isn't just lonely, it's dangerous. It's been linked to increased risk of stroke, heart disease, memory loss, and even death. Yes, the effects of loneliness are as harmful as smoking 15 cigarettes a day. When you regularly interact with others, your brain stays engaged, your body releases feel-good hormones like oxytocin and serotonin, and your stress levels drop. You feel connected, you feel alive. So if you found yourself slowly pulling away from people, skipping events, ignoring calls, or saying "I'm fine" when you're really not, stop and ask yourself why. Because change is possible. You don't have to suddenly become the life of the party, but you can reach out. Call someone you haven't spoken to in a while. Join a group that shares your interests. Take a class, volunteer, or even just chat with neighbors. Social connection doesn't require big gestures. It just requires presence, attention, and effort. And it pays off in more ways than you can imagine. Because the relationships you nurture now won't just bring joy today. They'll help you stay mentally sharp, emotionally grounded, and physically healthier for years to come. Now let's bring this all together with some final thoughts. If you've made it this far, you're already doing something powerful. You're paying attention to your health in a meaningful way. And that awareness is the first step toward positive change. Now that you know these 7 critical signs, take a moment to check in with yourself honestly. Where do you stand? Are you still walking with strength and purpose? Or have you noticed a slower pace and less confidence? Is your grip still firm and steady? Or have everyday tasks started to feel harder? Are you sleeping through the night and waking up refreshed? Or do you toss and turn, feeling tired no matter how long you're in bed? Do you still enjoy food, maintain a healthy weight, and feel energized after meals? Or has your appetite faded and your energy dipped? When life gets stressful, do you bounce back with calmness and perspective? Or does anxiety follow you around like a shadow? And what about your social world? Are you still connecting, laughing, and sharing life with others? Or have you slowly retreated into isolation? These aren't just casual observations. These are powerful indicators of how you're aging, and more importantly, how much control you still have. Because here's the truth, most of these signs are not fixed. They're not set in stone. They're not just the cost of getting older. You have more influence than you think. In fact, many people in their 70s, 80s, and even 90s are improving their health every day simply by making small, consistent changes. So if you've noticed that one or more of these signs have shifted for you, don't wait. Don't wait for a crisis to be the wake-up call. The earlier you act, the more powerful the results can be. So what can you do? Start walking every day. Even 10 minutes more than yesterday matters. Work on your balance. Stand on one leg while brushing your teeth. Practice slow, controlled movement. Strengthen your grip. Use resistance bands. Lift light weights. Do activities that challenge your hands. Fix your sleep. Turn off screens earlier. Keep your bedroom dark and cool and create a calming routine before bed. Eat for strength. Focus on protein, healthy fats, fiber-rich foods, and hydration. Don't ignore a shrinking appetite. It's not just aging. It's a sign that something needs attention. Manage your stress. Learn to breathe deeply. Let go of what you can't control and take time to reset your mind each day. And don't isolate. Reconnect. Even if it's uncomfortable at first, keep reaching out. The people in your life matter more than you know, because ultimately the goal isn't just to live longer, it's to live better. It's to stay independent, stay mobile, stay mentally sharp, and stay full of life. Nobody wants to spend their final years stuck in a chair, staring at a TV, watching the world pass them by. You deserve better than that. You deserve to be part of life, to contribute, to be heard, to feel joy, and to have peace. But those things don't just happen by chance. They're built day by day through your choices. The food you eat, the way you move, how you sleep, who you talk to, how you handle stress, all of it adds up. And every little change you make is like casting a vote for a healthier, stronger, more vibrant future. So today, right now, choose one area, just one, and commit to making a small improvement. Maybe you'll take a walk after dinner tonight. Maybe you'll call an old friend you've been meaning to check on. Maybe you'll add a handful of nuts and berries to your breakfast, or stretch for 5 minutes before bed. These don't seem big, but they are. They're the beginning of momentum, and momentum is powerful. Once you start, your energy grows, your strength grows, your confidence grows, and before long, you'll feel different, stronger, steadier, more alive. So let's quickly recap the 7 signs that can reveal how well you're aging and what to watch out for. Sign 1, your walking speed. If you've slowed down, take that seriously. It could be a warning sign for broader issues in your heart, muscles, or brain. Sign 2, your grip strength. A weak grip could mean muscle loss, frailty, and even a higher risk of serious health complications. Sign 3, your balance. If you're wobbling or holding onto furniture more than you used to, don't ignore it. Work on it daily. Sign 4, your sleep. Poor sleep doesn't just make you tired. It affects your memory, your immunity, and your overall well-being. Sign 5, your eating habits. A fading appetite, weight loss, or low energy from food are serious signs that something deeper may be going on. Sign 6, your ability to handle stress. Chronic stress is like rust for the body. It slowly damages you from the inside out if you don't manage it. Sign 7, your social connections. Loneliness can be more dangerous than smoking. Staying connected is essential for a longer, healthier life. Take a moment. Think about those 7 signs. Which one speaks to you the most right now? Which one needs the most attention? Start there. Don't try to fix everything at once. Just start. And if you found even one insight helpful in this video, I'd love to hear from you. Drop a comment below and share the one thing you learned that hit home for you and what you're going to do about it. Your stories inspire us, and your actions may inspire someone else too. And if you haven't subscribed yet, I encourage you. Click that button and turn on the bell so you don't miss any of our upcoming videos. We're building a community here of people who care about living with purpose and power, no matter their age. Your support helps us continue making content that's thoughtful, practical, and inspiring for older adults who still want to grow, improve, and thrive. Whether you're 70, 80, or 90, your story isn't over. There's more life to live, more joy to feel, more strength to discover. We're so glad you joined us today. Thank you for giving your time and attention to your health. It's one of the most valuable investments you can make. And thank you for being part of this growing family of lifelong learners who know that it's never too late to improve your life. So until next time, stay strong, stay curious, and stay connected. We look forward to seeing you in the next video.